Welcome back, everybody, to another Onyx Gaming Dragonfire Real Raw Authentic Reactions, where I do the realest reactions possible with very limited editing to keep everything real and flowing as naturally as possible. Tonight, we are back with a new request. Before we get into this request, viewer discretion is advised, as on the front of this video, before it even starts, is the following content may contain the S word. Don't want to say it because YouTube might block it. Or self-harm topics. The band or individual in question for the song is a request. Like I said, Jamestown Story. The song is called Goodbye, I'm Sorry. This sounds like it's going to be a heavier song. Yikes. So yes, before we do move forward, if at all I seem off throughout the reactions for the rest of this month, November is typically a very bad month for me. A lot of traumas in my past, even including last year's massive cyber hacks on me nonstop, as well of childhood trauma. Most of my attempts at the S word were in November, so it is a tough month for me. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. If I seem off or disconnected, also dealing with anxieties from streams and stuff like that, and just the overall feeling of not being enough. But enough about me. You're not here for that. You're here for vibing out with music, with like-minded individuals, and just chilling. Right? So we're gonna hop into Jamestown Stories Goodbye, I'm Sorry. I don't know what kind of music this is. I don't know if this is rock, this is pop, this is R&B. I don't know what it is. Sounds kind of like an indie rock name, so maybe that. I don't really know. And welcome, Jamestown Story, to the channel. This is our first reaction on them, him, her, whatever it may be. I do not know. The way we run this channel, hopefully, since I don't think it's a mainstream artist, is we are going to play this all the way through. I won't pause or rewind unless I have to, if there's something I really need to say. Outside of when there's a major artist. When there's bigger artists that I'm a little weary of, or the new format of the channel is going to be pausing and rewinding. I do apologize if you do not like that. But if you watch my Papa Roach reaction, it really ruined some of the reaction. So, unfortunate as it is, that will be necessary. Let's flip it over to the other side and we'll hop into this. All right, guys, we are back. We're about to hop into Jamestown Story Goodbye, I'm Sorry, with lyrics. I could not find an official audio or official video for this on YouTube. Maybe I missed it, or it's one of those that just aren't here. So yeah, this came out apparently 14 years ago. This person's lyric video is sitting at 5 mil. So yeah. Following content may contain or self-harm topics. Viewer discretion is advised. If you are easily triggered, I implore you, if you do not feel that you are up to watching this, do not watch it. As I know, this could be triggering for some. Some can handle that, some cannot. There is no shame in handling it, and there's no shame in not being able to handle it. So let's hop into this and see what we got. Hold on. Let me get this full screen. What we got? Acoustics guitar happening. Nice. Coming together nicely. Ooh, nice. That reminded me of Iris from Goo Goo Dolls. Okay.
Everything's distant and I don't know what to believe. It's so hard, lost in the world, confusion, and I need to leave for a while. Life is so meaningless, there's nothing worth a smile. So goodbye, I'll miss you.
That's very unfortunately relatable.
And I'm sorry, but this is my fate. Everything is worthless. No one who wants me to stay. And I'm sorry, but I've waited too long. So here's my goodbye. No one will cry over me. I'm not worth any tears.
Jesus. Wow, that's visual.
It's been the years of abuse, neglected to treat the disorder that controls my youth. For so long, I'm in a fleshy tomb buried up above the ground. It's no use. Why should I hold on? It's been 5 years, don't need one more. So goodbye.
Facts.
Life's
Oof. That's a tough song.
But this is my fate. Everything is worthless. No one who wants me to stay. And I'm sorry, but I've waited too long. So here's my goodbye. No one will cry over me. I'm not worth any tears.
Every 18 minutes, somebody dies from a suicide. Every 43 seconds, somebody attempts one. If you or anybody you know is suicidal, call 1-800-784-2433.
And I'm sorry, but this is my fate. Everything is worthless. No one who wants me to stay. And I'm sorry, but I've waited too long. So here's my goodbye. No one will cry over me. So here's my goodbye. No one will cry over me. I'm not worth any tears.
Oh shit. Oh, that was Jamestown Story. Goodbye. I'm sorry. Let's roll out, and I will do my final recap of the song. Hope to see you there. All right, first off, I forgot to minimize my camera. I'm gonna have to try some sort of edit track thing in post. That way you guys can see the lyrics. You can still hear it anyways, but I'd rather not be, as people like to tell me in the past on the show, you're big and large. But seriously, song 8. 8 out of 10. If I can find it, it's definitely gonna be on the playlist. That is a very unfortunate thing to relate to. And I do. Yeah. It reminded me of a lyric from a song by a band called Bad Flower. The song was called Ghost. Um, one of the lines in that song, I can't remember it line for line, but it was something like, I waited around forever for somebody just to give a fuck. And nobody even looked up. Um, and definitely had the indie rock vibe that I was thinking it might, just by the band name. I do not know if they're still active or not. This was a very long time ago, this song. So, I'm not sure. But yeah, I can definitely relate to it as a thing that permeates through my head a lot, in all honesty, is if I was gone, would it even be noticed? Would it affect anything? And most times I would say my answer is no. It wouldn't. It wouldn't impact anything. Um, nobody, nobody would really care. Um, and that's an unfortunate way to think. Um, and if you're thinking this way, it's just not true. Um, your mind will tell you it's true. And you could be one of the most alone people, but it's still not the truth. Your mind does very tricky things, especially if you have been that way for a while. We've covered that topic with Citizen Soldier and whatnot. If your mind is programmed a certain way, so if you're depressed and have been for a long time dealing with stuff, it becomes a habitual thing for your mind. So it programs itself to be that kind of life. So if you think like that you are not worth anything for a long enough time, your brain will adapt to that and believe that. So when you try to kind of veer out of it, it just doesn't happen. It kind of rallies against that because it's programmed for that line of thinking. And the only way to get out of that line of thinking is to make a new habit, new trend, so to speak, new lines of code for your brain. And that's not easy. Yeah. When you're talking about years of programming code, so you have thousands, millions of lines of code of that certain thing, it is exceptionally difficult to get out. Some can, some can't. Some are in lifelong therapy. Some are in just medication, or alcohol or drugs. And others just kind of go with the flow and get out of it. Some just don't get out of it and don't do anything. Myself, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. Like I drink socially if I was out, but that's it. I'm not like an alcoholic. I don't have, for most cases, I don't have what I would say an addictive personality for that type of stuff. I think everybody has an addictive personality to some degree, but for me, as far as substances, I just don't have an addictive personality with it. So I don't do that to cope. I don't take medications anymore. I did forever. But they only manage your symptoms. They don't actually treat your symptoms. So it's more, just putting a band-aid on it and going like that. Or like NF said in a song mention, it just puts a new coat of paint on the wall, but the hole's still there. and then you're just dependent on a debilitating medication that's going to fuck with your brain and your body severely over the course of time, and then your body will get used to it, and you're going to have to up your dosage or combine it with other medications. It's just like a never-ending trend of that. So I don't do that either. I kind of just muster myself together day after day. I think about the S word all the time. Am I going to do it? No. I haven't done it in a decade. It doesn't mean the thought's not there, but I am a stubborn individual, and I think my stubbornness brings me through the day. Um, does that mean I'm in a really good place? No. It's like pitch darkness in there. But I do the best that I can with my equipped tool set. You can only do so much. I talked about this in my stream a couple days ago. You can only do so much, right, with the tool set that you have. And that's what you have. Forget the stuff you don't have. Just wash that away. Use your tool set. You have the tool set that you need, and that tool set can only do so much, obviously. But you can develop, better uses for that tool set. So, but if you're trying, guess what? You're doing everything that you can do with the tools that you are provided. And another reason for mine is, to some degree, whether they understand it, don't understand it, your death, it might solve your problem, which I don't think it will. It will create a catalyst of issues for other people, right? Family, friends, the ones that you don't think care, and they do care, I think, most of them, to an extent, right? But how you feel is sometimes that they're not understanding you, but understanding and caring are not required for each other. So, even when you're misunderstood, it can still affect a ripple of things through time, because it could affect a mother, a father, an uncle, a brother, a sister, a cousin, a nephew, a niece, and then they pass it on to the next and to the next and to the next, and it becomes this big, huge ripple effect that, let's be honest, most of us don't want. We know what it's like to be in despair, and the simple fact is, nobody really wants to die. I've discussed this before. They want an end to pain. It's not that they don't want to be here. They want to be here, but they want to be happy. They want to be the semblance of normal. It's not that they don't want to be here. They're just tired of the misery of always being depressed, always having that dark cloud, always having the anxiety, always having their depression, always having the negative thoughts, always having people kind of push them away, and just treat like trash, right? That's what you want, and sometimes when it goes on for long enough, you're human. Everybody can only take so much. It's like if you take a hardened CIA agent and you put him in the, custody of the enemy, after enough time, because they are human still, they're going to break. Everybody has a breaking point. And that's not a weakness. It is just the human condition. It's simple as that. But, takeaway here. If you're going through it, you are not alone. There are many people out there that feel that darkness, that they feel that cloud, they feel that despair, self-included. You're an awesome person. All your stuff that you think is, negative about you, you can muster that into positive. It can define your character. You don't have mental health issues, okay? It's just things that happened, reshaped your mind, reshaped everything, but you still had the power, like with the clay, to kind of reshape it and make it work for you. The tool set again, right? Take a trauma, shape it into whatever tool you need, put it in that toolbox, and make it work for you. Is it easy? No. I do the best that I can with that mentality every day, and I show up every day. If you know my streams, whether it's a good day for me or fucking misery, I'm there. I push myself out because I have been in the reverse role of not and just being in bed, um, in a cloud and wanting to just not be here anymore. You know what I mean? Do I wish I was happy all the time? Yes. Do I wish I had some semblance of normalcy? No. Can't say I do. I think normal's overrated. Uh, and as much as I don't like myself, and that is my brain and whatnot, I don't think I want to lose who I am. And the issue is if I erase my trauma, my originality, my uniqueness of my off the wall stuff that most people hate, um, wouldn't be me. And I like to be there for people. I'm trying to turn everything I can into a positive thing as best as I can. I do not shit out rainbows. That's not me. I'm not ultra positive guy that's just gonna put the spin on everything. I live in a dark world, so my perspective is dark. But I do try to make the best of it. I try to use it as a powerful, positive reinforcement to other people that you're not alone. You have a safe haven. Somebody that understands, not identically understanding, but understands the generality of the situation of what you're going through. Nobody can understand it completely because every person is unique, so their situation is unique. Just remember, if you're trying, you're succeeding. Thank you. And remember, you're awesome. You're amazing people capable of anything that you set your mind to. You are not alone in this fight, and you're going to conquer the hell out of it. It might not be tonight. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be in 5 years, 15 years. It's going to happen. I have faith in you. Thank you once again. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you guys on the next reaction. Peace.